Gather round and let me tell you a story of realms long forgotten. There are tales of the Forest Kingdom, a place of honour and chivalry, known to some as the Land of the Purple Dragon, but known to all as Cormyr.
Hi, I'm Tilda, and I'm playing Hiram, a half-orc paladin.
Hi, my name's Carl. I'm playing Catcher Donahue, a human bard.
Hi, my name is Anton, and I play Balthazar, a Warforged Cloak of Azuth.
Hi, my name is Al, and I'm playing Slate, a changeling druid.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I'm playing Zombo, who is a halfling rogue/warlock.
And my name is Dan. I shall be the dungeon master on this adventure. Hello. How are you all doing?
Hello, Dim Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Doing good.
Hi, brilliant,
Well.
fantastic. We are here to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
That is right.
We find ourselves in a bit of a sticky situation. And hopefully we can figure out a way of getting out of it.
Yeah. Fix the
we're all
robot.
fine. It's just Balthazar is in a sticky situation. We're all right. We're
Yeah.
outside his mind.
Did not install his system updates. Did not upgrade his
Always.
antivirus protection.
Always update your firmware.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to do a restart. It's complicated nowadays,
So, yes, we will pick up with the Warhounds. We are currently L-less, but she will be joining us at some point in the session. But who would like to crack on now?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
This guy.
Let's do it.
Wunderbar. Once upon a time, there lived a relatively unassuming halfling by the name of Balthazar Talbot. Hailing from the halfling communities on the outskirts of the northern Cormyrian village Half-Hat, Balthazar lived a pleasant life. A proud and diligent archivist of the War Wizards, the only thing Balthazar cherished more than his work was returning home to his wife, Daisy. With their relationship famed for its strengths, the Talbots could look forward to many happy years together. Unfortunately, Balthazar lost his life in a devastating arcane explosion, which brought an end to the secretive Project Implacable. Thanks to the outlandish gnomish engineering, Balthazar's soul was transferred to a new metal body so that he may yet live on, albeit bereft of his memories. This is how the Warhounds came to know him. Once again, the Warhounds find themselves trying to piece together Balthazar's shattered mind, unaware of another who seeks the Warforged for himself.
Wait a minute. Oh dear.
And so,
Who might that be?
we find the Warhounds gathered around the prone form of Balthazar, who has been laid out on an old, worn, kind of long dining table in this twisted reflection of the Suzalem royal court. The smell of decay and dust lingers in your noses, and Balthazar, who in a past encounter had his mind shattered, is laying prone, his eyes now not lit in any way. Katya is stood over him with loot in hand as everyone gathers round, preparing a somewhat unusual and orthodox plan to jog-start Balthazar's memories by retelling him certain memories. Meanwhile, in Balthazar's mind, Balthazar, the halfling, finds himself face to face with a gargantuan, grotesque form of a seemingly human man who's referred to himself as Iolaum. Growing to unfathomable sizes, Iolaum now seeks to help Balthazar unlock the secrets of his memory. And Balthazar, as you see the hunger in Iolaum's eyes as he begins to approach you.
Yeah, I willingly accept. Yeah, that's it.
If I could ask you all to roll initiative.
Including Balti Boy?
Yes.
Especially Balti Boy. Hey, that was pretty good. That's 18.
17 for Catcher, 14 for Draw.
Only 9 for Zombie. It's very poor.
Yeah.
And I will roll for Slate. Hooray!
Honestly.
Okay, so as the song, as Katya's song begins and the transferal of memories begins, Balthazar, you find yourself in this, what seems to be this long, kind of nightmarish corridor. There are pale blue crystals which jut from the walls, giving this kind of corridor this eerie ambient lighting. You can see bits of what appear to be shattered glass lining the floor. There are a number of rocks and kind of debris littered about, and you are engulfed in the shadow of this large gargantuan man. Balthazar, it is your responsibility to escape Iolaum.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good.
Now, you'll notice that the corridor in front of you is broken up into a number of grid areas.
Sure.
Balthazar may choose to advance 1 or 2 rows. And when you advance up the rows, you choose whether you want to go into the left, middle, or right. I'm not going to tell you why that's important, but if Iolaum were to catch you, you fear that his shadow would engulf you entirely, and you will be lost to the darkness.
Okay, not good.
So,
Can I go
Balthazar.
2 forward?
Well, so you don't have to. So you can choose left, middle, right each time you move up.
Middle.
Okay, so you start in the middle here.
Oh, okay.
So, as you advance, you begin to escape Iolaum, and this booming voice kind of roars out in frustration.
Why do you run? I seek to give you salvation.
Oh no! Don't catch me! Away!
Where do you want to go? Another square, or do you want to stop?
I want to go another square.
Okay.
Middle.
Okay. Sorry, beg my pardon. You can move up to 3.
I'll move 3.
And you don't have to just go up the middle, you can go left or right.
We're going to go middle, because I want to see what happens if I don't go middle.
Okay, so Balthazar, as you begin to flee up the middle, the figure of Iolaum begins to follow. But in the real world, as Katya, as your song begins to ring out, you all hear this piercing kind of screeching noise. And as Raedra looks to you and sort of like looks around wondering what that is, one of the doors to the south bursts open. And a squat 2-legged creature with an impossibly large mouth with multiple rows of teeth bursts into the room.
Those are the teeth chicken.
And kind of screeches at you. Slate kind of looks around a bit concerned, doesn't quite know what to do. Katya, you get a feeling that with every memory that Balthazar successfully internalizes will give him an opportunity to break free of the prison that he's in.
Okie dokie. I think what Cash is going to do is sort of scream to the others like, "You deal with that. I'll keep dealing with Balthazar, and she'll continue her her performance, occasionally slipping in conversational bits in the voice of his wife.
Okay. What memory are you retelling to Balthazar?
Well, I think we were starting with the wedding because it would be the strongest one.
Okay. What specifically? You got to tell me what these memories are.
I imagine it's obviously on the boat with everyone gathered. Zumbo, but obviously in classic bardic fashion, Zumbo's on the edge of a ship fighting a kraken as he sort of does these prenuptials, and everyone's fighting pirates, and there's just Balthazar and Daisy in the middle of this like peaceful setting, but just awash with. She's really hamming it up, even though it's not the assignment. Okay,
so as you tell Balthazar this story, Balthazar, if you could go into your character sheet,
Yeah.
and increase your intelligence by 1.
Hey! I now have the same intelligence as a rabbit.
Is Bocha Spagasta.
You may now make a history check.
Cool. With I rolled a 16.
Okay, so Balthazar, in this long corridor, your mind is filled with images of being on a ship, seemingly fighting a kraken, like beating away a kraken with a staff, your staff, in one hand, whilst also delivering vows to Daisy in a wedding dress. The memory doesn't quite make sense. You are locked in your dream. Anything else, Katya?
Was that an action or?
That was an action.
Okay. No, for the time being.
Okay. Next up, what does Drool do?
Drool is going to be barking at Balthazar, but because Balthazar doesn't understand Doggo, Drool is going to leap over, go straight for the teeth and claws and gnashing things.
Okay.
And
the creature looks at Drool as Drool approaches, and it.
And Drool attempts to bite.
That is a hit.
For 12 piercing damage.
Okay. Drool clamps down on the creature and thrashes it around so hard that the creature disappears into smoke.
Oh.
Nice. Go, Drool.
Drool looks at the spot a little disappointed.
There's a cottony taste in his mouth.
Yeah.
Anything else, Drool?
That's all.
Okay.
L has joined the game.
Hello.
Sorry, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, Hiram, you can hear the sounds of screeching and kind of. It sounds like a small stampede. Like you can hear the sounds of claws and claws kind of clacking off stone floors coming from all directions. You have this horrible feeling that in the next few seconds, that a swarm will arrive.
Oh, Katya, you got this, right? And I'm going to run. I'm going to dash.
Okay.
All the way next to...
All the way to Drool. In which case, as you go, Raedra kind of nods and she kind of runs to join you as well. Cool, and you're just kind of waiting for the tide to arrive?
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, creatures burst in from the 6 doors into the room. One of them looks to you, Hiram, and leaps at you. 12 to hit.
No.
Okay. Another one surges forward and leaps up onto the table. And Kat, you happen to glance over your shoulder and just see this kind of walking mouth with this kind of long, barbed tongue kind of flicking at you. And you hear Magnus, oh no! As he gets swarmed by 2 more. So some of them begin making their way in, just kind of causing a little bit of havoc. Zumbo, what do you do?
Yeah, so he's keeping his eye on creatures and pulling his rapier out, but he's going to take his hat off and go and rest his hand on Balthazar's leg. Hey there, buddy. Remember the time we was at Arthap having breakfast? Remember how much toast I managed to get in your joints and your shoulder blades? I've never had a friend that could hold as much breakfast as you can. And never had a friend who's so happy for me to drop him over the side of a boat either. I mean, you make a great anchor. Hang in there, buddy. And then he's gonna run off.
That's cool. Okay, so Balthazar, as Zumbo, as you have memories of sausages and toast wedged in your joints kind of come into your mind, and again you think, wait, what? As you look at your fleshy appendages, increase your intelligence by 1.
Yay! I now have the same intelligence as Drool. Hey.
And Zumbo, if you complete, is there anything else you want to do?
I might summon a tentacle, I think.
Yeah.
Probably just like there. That's alright.
I'll pop that down for you.
Thanks, and it'll lash out at the thing near it for 22.
That is a hit.
Cool.
So there's a sploosh as this tentacle bursts out the ground.
Yeah, so 6 cold damage to that one.
Okay.
And it's slowed by 10 feet.
Cool. Okay, so Zumbo, as your tentacle bursts out the ground, it kind of lashes around and kind of throttles the creature a little bit for 6 damage. Okay, and it looks a bit confused as it starts to snap at your tentacle. As that happens, you hear the sound of kind of movement behind you, and Aaron vaults over the table to kind of join you as he draws his spears, and he kind of gives you a look, like a look and a nod. Anything else, Zumbo?
Nope, that's me.
Okay. At the end of Zumbo's turn, Balthazar, please give me a history check.
Okie dokie. Not good. 1. That one.
1. The idea that you had sausages in your elbow joints confuses you more. Emily, what do you do?
I think Emily actually is going to ignore all of that going around her for a change.
Mm-hmm.
Walk up close to Balthazar and say, "You have been the best person, construct, thing to play in stones with." And to remind Balthazar what it feels like, she taps the armor continuously, the helmet specifically, with one of her arrows.
Okay.
And ding, ding, ding.
Okay, that's cute. Balthazar, you feel a rhythmic drumming on your mind. Please increase your intelligence by 1.
Yay! Cool. 4.
And then roll
What
me a
has...
history check.
Oh dear. In the history. Go normal. Yeah, 19.
You remember being in a forest, and as you look around, there being a small child, and you were playing a game with them. It rocks, and like the memory, you start to, you can almost see this girl's face, and then the memory fades away.
Okay.
Anything else, Emily?
Nope.
Okay. Balthazar. You notice the old man, Ialaum, is beginning to move. How far do you want to go? 1, 2, or 3?
I'm gonna go 1 to the left.
Okay.
That's it? Yes?
1 to the left. Okay. Is that how far you're going?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Is he doing the time warp again?
The humanoid... So,
No idea.
the 300-foot tall human Ialaum...
There's no escaping this, Balthazar.
And he begins to approach you.
No. Whatever I did, I'm really sorry. Please don't eat me.
Despite your your movement, you don't seem to there are no more creatures drawn to your physical presence. So, Slate, what do you do?
I give Belty Boy a little tap on the noggin. And just say, "Come on, man, pull through. You're the best weapon we've ever had." And I mean that in terms of friends rather than, what you actually are. But most of the time when you think of a weapon, you think, oh, that's not a great thing. But you're actually really nice. So that helps. And then in doing that, I'll also, sort of carve, not actually carve, but draw, in Druidic, metal friend on, giant metal friend on
Iron
onto
Giant.
Yeah.
As you... Okay, so... Balthazar, you feel this kind of warmth and you hear the crackling of a campfire and you hear this voice kind of seep into your mind, kind of reverberates off the walls of this cavern that you find yourself in. And as you hear the voice, increase your intelligence by 1.
Yay! We got 5 intelligence. I feel like almost functional now.
Slate, is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
In terms of Balthazar, no. But I'll turn around to these bad boys. I'm going to go right back to being... Well, actually, what are these guys? I really should have prepared, more moonbeams. Anyway, the point is, for now, instead, I'm going to turn in to something fun, because why the hell not? Waste all my powers again. I'm going to go for a water elemental, please.
A water elemental. Okie
Oh,
dokie.
yeah.
Okay, so as you kind of feed, retell a memory you have with Balthazar, your form loses rigidity, and as you kind of stand tall, you just break down into this gushing torrent in a vaguely humanoid shape. And as you kind of turn around, what do you do?
Turn to these buddies, and I will slam.
Oh! Opening with a crit.
Yes. Nice. Makes up for last time.
Okay, roll for damage.
Damage. That's a 19 plus 12.
Okay, well, so, tell you what, as you surge towards these two creatures that just kind of burst through the door, you swing with a giant kind of watery fist, and the force is strong enough that both of the creatures turn into shadow mist and dissipate.
Can I move? Could move there. Yeah, I'll use my multi attack to also then slam this geezer behind me.
The one fighting Magnus. That's a hit.
Is it a 21 hit? Yeah.
21 is a
great.
hit.
And that's an 8. Bop him on the head.
And it
head teeth
explodes into kind of dark particles as you slam it down. Magnus, what the? As he looks up at your form, and as you give him a little wave. Anything else, like?
I'll do like a little wiggly dance like that. I don't think I've got any movement left. No, I haven't, so that's all good. But I'll just kind of look at this door just in case.
Sure.
Oops, not that one. I didn't mean to do that. But look at there just in case there's any more, and do some watery fists.
Okay. In which case, at the end of Slate's turn, Balthazar, give me a history check.
Oh.
As you remember a campfire talk.
I remember. History. Normal. Oh god, another one.
The presence of the large, this large man following you distracts you. Katya.
Catcher looks back at the monster, realizing that someone else can deal with that. Leans down to Balthazar and once more taps into acting skills and goes, "He's having dreams, Ferret. Yes, I can see he's having dreams. Mixie, is that a problem, Ferret? Yes, I believe that's a problem, Mixie. That's going to be a problem."
Amazing.
Balthazar, as you hear the voices of these two peculiar they sound like gnomes, talking about how you can cast magic. Well, of course you can cast magic. You're a war wizard. But why? And why are their voices familiar? Increase your intelligence by 1.
Yay.
So Katya, that was an action. What would you like to do for the rest of your turn?
6.
There is a creature kind of running towards you with its teeth gnashing.
There is a creature coming with its teeth gnashing. I'm just going to. Yep.
Run away! Okay. Anything else, Katya?
No, that'll be all. Thank you.
Balthazar, please give me a history check.
Okie dokie. 11.
You remember? You recognize? You know the voices. You cannot remember who they belong to. What does Drawl do?
Drawl sees that more dinner has just walked through the door. Goes to bite.
You successfully clamp down on the one fighting against Hiram.
For 8 piercing damage.
For 8 damage. Okay. And you tear the leg off the creature, and it kind of turns to look at you, and bizarrely it stands on one leg as if it still had 2, with this kind of black smoke kind of wafting from the wound, and it kind of snips at you. Anything else?
No, that'll be all. Thank you.
Hiram, this creature has just had its leg torn off by Drawl. You notice that Raedra seems to have hers kind of under control. But what do you do?
See, I kind of want to go stabby.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have a memory I kind of want to shout at Balthazar.
Okay.
Team, what should I do?
I mean, I like the idea of Hiram fighting the monster while shouting the memory.
Can I argue if I only take one swing, can I exchange one of my attacks to a different action?
It will hinge on Balthazar making a perception check with disadvantage because he's asleep, in effect, as to whether he hears it.
I am willing to take that risk.
Okay. Make your attack.
Yeah, the one that's near Raedra. 17.
That is it.
For 19 damage.
For 19 damage. Okay.
Solid.
And
so you rolled a 4, you got a 17.
Yep.
Oh my god.
So the creature that Drawl's just torn a leg off, as it turns and looks at the Mastiff, you take Orbin and pierce it through the back, and it disappears into puffs. You can move and shout if you like, or stay here.
I am, and then I'm going to move closer, about next to Aaron, and as Hiram is running, he is singing on the top of his lung, Balthazar's version of the Battle of the Warhounds.
Oh god.
How does it go? Someone's got to remind me how it goes.
Yeah, I do not remember.
It's never been an official version.
Yeah,
so.
and then the Warhounds went and did things, and I don't remember the words.
Yep. Came running through.
That's surprisingly close.
That's the one.
Okay. Balthazar, you hear this atrocious verse enter into your mind, and the bit that stands out is the name Warhounds. Increase your intelligence by 1.
Okay.
Anything else, Hiram? Any bonus actions?
No, I'm good.
Okay. In which case, at the end of Hiram's turn, Balthazar, make a history check.
History. 9. Boo.
Who are the Warhounds?
It's a good question.
As this happens, you hear there is a number of noises, and one of the creature on the table takes a sprint and leaps at Emily with its maw open.
Oh dear.
For 13 to hit.
Nope.
Okie dokie, and I think the others are dead or being handled by everyone else. Cool. Zumbo. It looks like Raidra and Co have managed to kind of contain all the Oh, there's one creature on the table.
Yeah, okay, so Betty is going to spin around on Zumbo's hat to face Emily and then gesture with a tentacle, and the watery tentacle is going to charge the thing on the table, and start walloping it.
Okay.
That's my bonus action. 18.
That is a hit.
Great. 4 cold damage.
Okay. The tentacle kind of erupts out of the tablecloth and kind of punches into the side of this creature, kind of knocking it on its side. It then kind of scrabbles, gets back up and...
Zumbo's going to start pacing towards it, but he's going to pause by Balthazar and say, "Hey, Balthazar, remember the time we scuttled those ships in Marsember? You remember you walked along the bottom? You were great."
So, Balthazar, as you hear Marsember ships, you hear a voice. You think you recognise it. Increase your intelligence by 1.
8.
Anything else, Zumbo?
Emily, get back out of there, lass. I've got it.
Okay, Balthazar, roll me a history check.
History normal. That's another 1. That's 3 ones.
Come on.
Yeah.
You really don't like Zumbo's choice of memories. It's like, was I even there?
Emily, what do you do?
Well, there is a goddamn thing next to her. But Zumbo is nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Do you even have any memories with Emily apart from her throwing rocks at you?
That's pretty much it.
Oh my god.
No, Balthazar used to carry her around on his shoulders.
That's her.
A few times.
Okay, so she is going to disengage.
Mm-hmm.
Move on the top of the table.
Bear in mind, disengage is an action if you're gonna say something to Balthazar.
No, at the moment I need time to think of her.
No, it's a bonus action.
It's a bonus action.
For Emily, yeah.
So she's a rogue, isn't she?
She's a wee little nipper.
Oh.
In which case, remember when you stopped the first elemental cannon by casting that very clever spell of yours?
Oh, up in the mountains.
Yep, we might need it again. And she gently kicks your foot. Up you come.
That's gonna, yeah.
Okay.
Some memories there.
So there's, as you think to yourself, Stormwall Mountains, elemental. Increase your intelligence by 1.
Ooh, we're almost there.
Anything else on your turn, Emily?
No.
Balthazar, make me a history check.
Come on. 12? Ooh.
No.
No.
These are fragmented images but there's no cohesion. Okay, so at the top of round, Balthazar, you have a feeling that where you currently stand right now, you will, if you stay here, you will be engulfed. So
Sure.
how far along the track do you wish to go?
I'll go 2. Can I go to the opposite side? Is that a thing?
Yeah, but which one do you stop at in the middle?
Middle?
Go middle, and then far right.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so Balthazar, as you the looming figure ponders after you.
There's no escaping Balthazar.
As he approaches you more closer and closer.
Listen, I'll do what you tell me. Just don't stop.
As this happens, Warhounds, as you've kind of got these 2-legged creatures under control, echoing through the corridors to the room, you hear.
Not them.
Oh, not these guys again.
This guy.
No. We don't like the band.
However, Dan, can we argue? Is that noise loud enough for Balthazar to hear? Because he would definitely remember.
No, I don't want to remember.
I don't want to remember. Oh, very soon on the initiative tracker. Okay, so 2 tall, gaunt creatures, each festooned with 5 arms that end in kind of barbed spikes, stagger in with what looks to be like tears running down their face, and they just kind of look around and they let out these sonorous wails of anguish and despair.
Magnus runs away. Never to be seen again.
Okay, so as this happens, Slate, one has emerged just behind you. What do you do?
Oh, I'm going to immediately turn around and, like, slam it right out the door if I can.
Okay.
Like, I mean, like, full on, like, bam! Get back out there. Or right into the wall.
Okay.
I'm going to use the turning. So just imagine, like, that this giant elemental's just like...
Nice, okay. So as you hit it with a self-made tide, make your attack roll.
Coming at you like a tidal wave. Let me do this now. Can I hit?
16 to hit is a hit.
Yes. Take that. 16.
Okay. You rock it with your first blow. It staggers, turns to look at you, and it lifts up its 5 arms and it looks like it's going to try and hug you. Are you attacking it again?
Yeah.
All
But
right.
this time, if it's going to hug me, I'm going to grab it underneath its arms and slam it to the floor.
Okay.
Body slam. Oh no.
So you go to kind of grab it, but you forget that where you're water, your arms just kind of go through it, and it just kind of waves its arms menacingly. That is not a hit. An 11 is not a hit, unfortunately. Anything else, Slate?
I will. Well, I can't say anything now, so that doesn't really help.
You're in your mind chat still.
Does that work for Balthazar?
No.
No, he couldn't be added.
No.
It works for everyone else.
Okay. I'll just kind of go, ooh, maybe remind him of the nuts and bolts, or, ooh. Yeah, the nuts and bolts, do that one. Or, have you sung the Ballad of the Warhounds yet? Maybe that one. Everyone loves the Ballad of the Warhounds.
Okie dokie. As Slate begins kind of spilling out ideas into the chat, Hiram, you and Aaron see this creature just kind of yomp into the room, just, and it staggers forward with an alarming speed towards the two of you, and it looks to you, Hiram, and like 5 arms come up and try to coil around you.
Eat your face.
That is my armor class.
Is it? I mean, is it?
Okay, so as this creature kind of lunges at you, Katia, you see it and kind of, with a scrub of the loot and a blast of psionic energy, it distracts the creature long enough that Hiram, you manage to kind of jump out the way. It then looks a bit confused. And then just, looks a bit forlorn. Meanwhile, the other one is going to finish its embrace. 14 to hit the water elemental.
It's my armor class, haha.
Okay, so as you kind of hug it and you're kind of squished up, it then brings its 5 arms into you, and you feel that the tips of these arms pierce through your watery hide. So on a hit, you take.
Oh my god!
What?
Damn.
Are you a medium or small creature? You are not. Okay, so it tries to grab you. You're too large for it to grapple. You will take 34 piercing damage, which is halved because you're a water elemental.
Nice.
So that's 17. And you don't have to worry about the psychic damage.
Ooh, nice.
So 17 damage, and it sort of like looks at you, and as its arms kind of carry on passing through your aqueous body, and it ends up almost like hugging itself, it just kind of looks up to you with this face of utter sadness.
Oh.
Maybe I should give it a hug.
Yes. Katya.
Katya at this point, I think she climbs on top of Balthazar, not with the monster, but like literally standing on his chest, and like starts waxing poetic about his spellcasting abilities. And then she talks about the time he's been able to cast like the Aegis, and just sort of describes it as this like field of stars above their head. He can summon the stars to fall from the sky, and she just basically starts going through sort of his most epic spells he's done so far. Like again, working on Emily's, mentioning like the column of magic tower he was holding in.
Okay. In which case, Balthazar, as you have this memory of like pulling stars from the sky, it's talk of a Sharan library. Increase your intelligence by 1.
Cool. I think I'm back to my max. I think I've got 10 intelligence.
Okay. Well, anything else, Katya? Any bonuses?
No. I'm
Okay.
good.
Balthazar, make me a history check.
History. 12.
What? Sharan library? What tosh? There are no Sharan libraries in Cormyr.
Yeah. Or half hap.
Drool.
Drool bounces on the table, bounces off. Oh, not on Hiram. And goes. Probably bounces off Hiram's chest plate and goes.
I mean, at
straight
this point,
for...
Hiram will just throw him.
20 versus the.
That is a hit.
The lost. 10 piercing, and can he make a straight save, please?
The creature rocks and lets out a cry and passes its strength save.
In that case, as it passes its save, let's just do 14 more force damage, and Drool sends it skidding backwards.
Okay. It staggers and trips over the wretched little tooth creature stood behind it, and it scoots along a little bit. Anything else, Drool?
That is all from Drool.
Okay. Hiram, the creature that just tried to hug you has just been shoulder barged by Drool. What do you do?
Think I will follow it.
Okay.
The others seem to have the memories all in hand. I am going to... Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And stabby, please.
Okie dokie.
So 1 and 2.
16 and a 20 is a hit and a hit.
Most excellent. That is 14 and 13.
14 and 13. As the magical blade, like you know that in the past these creatures have been somewhat resistant to your attacks, but this time Orbin slices through them like a hot knife through butter, and the creature, as you take off 2 of its arms with 2 decisive blows.
Lovely.
Anything else, Hiram?
Nope.
The small little creatures leap up and kind of bite at the various combatants. One of them comes round and goes for you, Hiram. It seems to have taken the lost as a bit of a distraction, but it still manages. It kind of sails past you as you pull your leg out of the way, and it skitters on the wooden floor before kind of turning around to come back at you. Zumbo.
Yep. So Betty's going to continue flailing around her with the tentacle. So, hold on, go to there. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so tentacle is going to burst out of the ground there and smack at the smack at the lost.
Yep. So it's rocked. 2 of the arms have kind of hit the floor and immediately turned into a black mist. An 18 hits.
Nice. So, 8 cold damage that time. Meanwhile, Zumbo is going to daintily kind of step over Balthazar around his arms and Balthazar, this is your captain speaking. Time to get up now. And is going to stab at the wretched.
Okay. That 18 is a hit. 17 damage.
Yeah, I don't get sneak attack from where I am.
Okay, so as you stab at the creature, the sonic force blows it into giblets, which then turn into smoke. As you look down at Balthazar, like his eyes are still off. Any other movement, Balthazar?
I'll probably start moving over to help Slate.
Okay. Emily.
Yeah, Emily is going to. Emily has nothing else to share, so she is going to shoot the Lost.
Okay. So as you take aim, stood on the table, and 19 hits.
Nice.
Isn't it?
5 damage. Okay. Do you want to be helpful? Have you got any other bonus actions?
No, I think she's okay at the moment.
Okie dokie. In which case, Balthazar, you have a feeling that if you stay where you are currently stood, you will be engulfed. So, which of left, right, or middle on the next row?
I'm going to stay right.
Okay.
And I'm going to go 2 up.
2 up. Okay. So as you kind of run up the right-hand side of the cavern, the floor reverberates as Iolaum continues his implacable advance, and you notice that you're very quickly about to run out of room.
Oh no.
You can see an end to the tunnel, and it is coming up soon.
Gotcha.
As you've run up those, Warhounds, 5 and 4, you hear more wailing. As following after the wretched, 2 more Lost emerge into the room from the other side. Slate, what do you do?
I didn't realise, because I knew that you could be overwhelmed, and I knew you could be underwhelmed, but I didn't realise you could actually be whelmed. I'm gonna do the whelming.
Okay.
The whelming is underway. It's being whelmed.
Okay, so the creature. So as you look to this Lost, and as you surge forward, and your body engulfs the creature, who passes.
Ah.
So that's that. So you move on to its space, but it manages to kind of avoid being sucked into your body, unfortunately. Anything else, Elle?
I will shout to everyone in the group chat. Oh, how about telling him about like when he first cast light, remember? Like, you know, the first one, when he learned to use the staff all properly. This is magic moments, literally.
Okay, in retaliation to you trying to absorb him, the creature just starts like jabbing at you. It makes a multi-attack, so Slate, 11 to hit and 23 to hit. So you take 19 piercing, which is halved as you're a water elemental.
Nice.
The one fighting Hiram turns to you and with its 3 remaining arms, 22 to hit Hiram.
That hits.
You take, so it's only the physical, 30 physical piercing damage.
Betty will try and interpose her giant tentacle to reduce it by 3.
27 physical damage.
It's the ball that counts, I guess.
You are grappled by it, and you feel your mind being flooded with thoughts of kind of despair and desperation. Another one, like, staggers forward.
Remember your temporary HP, Hiram.
One of them kind of steps up onto the table between Katya and Emily, but it's moved too far to make any attacks. And this one kind of staggers in and also makes a beeline for the middle of the table. Katya.
Well, bollocks. Well, that's not good, because I definitely can't fight against them. And I think I'm the only one who can get Balthazar out. Oh dear, this is spicy.
Katya.
Yes.
As you see these two gaunt, tall, emaciated creatures kind of stagger towards you, kind of their faces contorted in screams, you have a sudden moment of clarity. And you remember that somewhere in your bag is a trinket that you picked up from a Sharan library in the base underneath Walloon. And when Balthazar checked it out for you, he informed you that it would greatly increase someone's intelligence.
Yes, I have definitely not forgotten that instrument. That is definitely still very much in the forefront as a last hurrah.
Yes, you also remember the reason no one put it on is because there was a dark, sinister magic about it.
Yeah, just I had something very different in mind, but then you've stifled that one, unfortunately, with your throwing two monsters at me.
I mean, you could still try and help Balthazar, but these things breathing down your neck. They just want to cuddle.
Yeah, and it's not a cuddle I can... Like, I definitely cannot soak 30 odd damage. I really wish you hadn't have done that. I had something really, really cool planned out.
Zombo would have probably turned at the sound of the loss and Katya, I'll keep him off you.
I think Catch is gonna look at them approaching, hear that from Zumbo, and she's like, fuck it, and reach down, grab Balthazar by the head, and use her last mind walk.
Ooh.
Okay.
And they'd literally just collapse on top of him.
Katya.
Yes.
You go limp as you collapse over kind of Balthazar's thigh. And
I imagine when the claws come flying over me, it's just like,
and...
Yeah. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted.
Balthazar, as you watch, as you kind of stagger away, pleading with Iolaum, you feel a weight in your mind. And as you peer up, you see a red-haired girl in a performer's, like an entertainer's jacket, step out from the light behind you. You see this kind of middle-aged, bearded halfling in War Wizard regalia, like his beard and hair kind of graying at the roots. And as the two of you look at each other, Katya, what do you do?
I think Katya just sort of stands there, you know, as it's in her head, her clothes are billowing. She's like, looks down to Balthazar. Don't worry, help's arrived. You can give me a little...
Who are you?
And as you say this, Katya, as you look up, there is this monolithic figure of a man wearing, you immediately recognize it as the black diadem. Rests upon his brow. And he stops and kind of looks to you, and you can see this, you can feel this psionic energy radiating from this individual, and you immediately recognize the energy. And the figure frowns and...
Unexpected, but not entirely unwelcome.
I mean, you didn't think you were the only one who could play around with people's minds, did you?
The figure smiles. What do you do?
seeing as mind walking was an action, she basically puts her hand on Balthazar, and she's like, "We got this." And I grant him a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Nice.
Balthazar, you have a bardic inspiration.
Sweet.
Anything else, Katya?
Well, that's all my actions, so
Okay.
it's my economy for now.
As this strange kind of teenage girl appears in your mind, Balthazar,
Yes.
give me a history check.
Okay.
Also, I should just
Yes.
I would like to point out, because I'm a benevolent DM, when you see her face, like you're pretty sure you recognize this face. It's like it's knowledge from a previous life.
Oh yeah. Gotcha. Should I use?
Very kind, benevolent DM.
Yeah. Balthazar will be surprised by catching. Go. Wait, who you? Wait, I know you. And do the
Let's just
history.
say I'm your guardian angel.
That sounds good. Oh dear. Okay, hold on,
You got
hold
your
on.
bardic?
Yeah, let's do the bardic. /R1d10. Good plus
14.
plus my knowledge from a previous life. Da-da-da-da. Does that work if I roll on it? So it's a d6. /R roll 1.
Okay, so for a grand total of 15, Balthazar, this is halfling, is just gawping at you in utter bewilderment, Katya. And you hear this slow kind of laugh. What does Drool do?
Drool does what Drool does best. He goes om nom 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 nom.
Off, bulk, bulk, bulk.
Bork, bork, bork. Oh, Drool!
Big crit! Doggy crit!
Is a nom.
As I think Magic Drool gets hold of its head through a leap off the tentacle.
So, yes, yeah, so that's 11 damage. And it fails. So as you leap up, you get enough height that you manage to grab one of its remaining limbs and drag the creature to the ground. It doesn't look happy. Anything else?
That'll be all for Drool.
Okay, Hiram, what do?
I would like to finish off the lost in front of me.
Mm-hmm. Drool has it pinned to the ground as it...
Thank you, Drool. 17.
It's
You actually have
advantage if you want to maybe roll a crit.
Nope.
Let's go with a 17. For 15 damage. And as Drool kind of holds it down, it looks up to you with like pleading eyes, and its head severs from its body, and it disappears in a puff.
Yeah, and with the same momentum, let's get rid of the one next to me.
Okay.
Well, let's try.
Nice.
26.
That's it. 26, yeah. Not
19 damage.
And with the glowing blade in your hand cleaves the wretched in two.
Excellent, and then...
And Aaron just kind of gets knocked away and, don't worry, I've got it, as he goes over a chair.
Okay. Go speed. And I am going to sprint next to Emily.
Sure. Jumping up onto the table as you do.
Yeah.
Okay, there are no wretched that haven't already been tied up. So we'll just kind of move them back. In fact, things look like they're getting a little desperate, so more begin to join the fray. Just to help tie everyone down. Zumbo.
Yeah, so as he promised, Katya is going to try and get these things off her, so he's going to whirl around and throw some balls of water at them, one at each, just to try and knock them off the table.
Yeah.
So first one,
Appreciated.
22.
Is a hit.
Cool, so it's 10 force damage and they're knocked 10 feet back.
So one is knocked back and it takes out what remains of a broken dinner chair.
Yeah, and then he'll throw the other ball at the second one. 23.
That's it.
Solid.
Cool. So 7 damage and same deal.
And it is also knocked back, crushing another chair.
And then he's going to scramble over Balthazar and Katya's prone forms to sort of interpose himself and just trying to keep them back with his rapier.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the tentacle, as Hiram finished off the loft, is going to move over there and whack this one.
Yeah. So the one that you've engaged, 21 hits.
Cool. So that is 3 cold damage on that one.
Okay. And it wraps around the creature's leg to slow it down. Anything else, Zumbo?
Just, Katya, whatever you're doing.
Emily.
Emily is going to shoot this lost.
Yaha. Twing.
Twing. 16.
16 is a hit. It sits up and takes a crossbow to the chest for 7 damage.
Indeed. And then she's going to jump down here and kind of take cover. Just, put the crossbow on the table and...
Sure, you say hiding?
Yes.
Okay, if you roll a stealth check and... she's not grappled. She is hiding, though.
Kind of. 13.
That will do it. 13. Okay, bear that in mind. Okay. Balthazar.
Yes.
You are now accompanied by this red-headed girl. You have a feeling that if you stay where you are, you will both be engulfed by darkness.
Fantastic.
How far do you want to go?
I'll move 1 to the center.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Just the one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I've no idea what these 1 and 3s and rights and lefts are. So, like,
Katya, I'll let you move as well.
Cool. I think I'll basically, she'll stick with him. Basically, maybe just slightly in front of him.
Okay. 4 and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy. Opposite ends of the room, 2 more lost emerge, drawn by for some mysterious reason. I'll
You will be delicious.
Slate.
I'll just, do a good old slam along.
Yeah.
Read some of my poetry to him. There it goes.
Vogon
Sorry,
poetry.
that took me a moment.
That's a hit. 23 is a hit.
And it is an
That should
18.
be worth inspiration, that one.
Yeah, why not?
Yay, thanks.
Inspiration for hilarious puns. And you get a second attack as well.
I am. Let's find out how this second slam works. Oh, nice. 25.
It's a hit as well. For another 8 damage.
8.
So you pin this thing up against the wall and just start pummeling into its ribcage. It's kind of knocked backwards and forwards. Anything else? Any movement?
No. I want to keep this one pinned.
Okay. In which case, the one that's just come in through the north entrance, just makes a beeline straight down the middle, up onto the table, and dashes, scrambles along at a worrying speed. Or this one dashes to catch up with Hiram. The one fighting you, Slate, attempts to stab you once, stab you twice for a 10 and a 13, which are both misses. And the other one is dead. So that's the
In
end
my head and in the group chat, I'll say to everyone, stab me once, shame on you. Stab me twice, also shame on you.
Catcher. You find yourself face to face with this imposing avatar. What do you do?
Catcher, she watches it come over. She sort of cocks her head. And she's like, through all the trials and tribulations I've had with my abilities, I've learned one thing. In the mind, you can do whatever you want. And she sticks her hand out and she's going to cast a 3rd level Dissonant Whispers at him. And basically attempt to sort of like, hopefully using the fact it's a psychic realm that she's standing in to supercharge it, maybe?
Yeah. This is some Doctor Strange shit.
I'm thinking, I'm really channeling that Stranger Things recent series vibe. The power of friendship.
Yay.
And protect her friend Balthazar. So she's going to channel as much of her psychic ability into this as she can. Basically, I just imagine that you've got this tiny figure Balthazar and he's just watching this person standing before him just...
That's pretty dope. He's a scaredy cat.
Make me a spellcasting check.
Okie dokie. That's charisma, right?
Mm-hmm. This figure, as your eyes blaze white, the figure rocks a little bit and is pushed back ever so slightly before his own eyes begin glowing with white energy. Ilum stops and says,
That is where you're wrong. This is my mind now.
Anything else, Katya?
Whatever you're doing, whatever you're here for, Balthazar, you better figure it out quick, because I don't know how long I can hold him off.
What am I here for?
You're here to remember who you are. Remember, there are people fighting for you. And she basically reaches back and touches his head, and for a moment gives him her vision, if she can. So her eyes dither for a second, because the view is fantastic of just Zumbo the Tentacle, Balthazar, Aaron, Helenus, and all the way at the end, like Rager and Drool just probably bouncing across the table. But
give me a history check, Balthazar.
I'm just a halfling from Half-Hap.
You are Balthazar Talbot.
Sure.
The best goddamn wizard I know.
History, normal. Oh, beta. That's a 20. No.
You see these figures. You see them fighting around the spot that you're looking out from. You're not entirely sure who they are. Are these the Warhounds? Is there anything else you want to do, Balthazar?
He'll go.
Memories.
He'll look at Catcher. Well, wait a minute. Did Azuth send you? Is that why you're here?
Maybe that's why I'm here, Balthazar. But
what am I supposed to remember?
That you can kick all kinds of ass, and I really need you to remember that you can do that. You are our friend. That's what you need to remember.
Anything you want to add to this role, Balthazar?
Oh, do you want him to do the memory of all the...
Do you, Balthazar?
Please, Balthazar.
You tell me. Let's do it. Hold on. It's a D6. Let's go. 1.
God.
You're not...
You're so consistent with your rolls.
I love ones.
I didn't use my bonus action. Can I retrospectively give him a bardic inspiration?
I don't know, gang. What do we think?
Come on, man.
Yes. I think
if you don't, it's going to be a quick end to the campaign.
I think Balthazar's just going to die. That's, I think.
I
the ultimate,
don't like an option.
Unfortunately, Katya's in the same boat now.
yeah. That's what I mean. It's a really great idea.
Yeah, we've gone double or nothing here.
Balthazar doesn't figure his shit out. There's 2 of us out the picture.
And then shortly after the rest of us.
Yeah.
Retrospectively, you may bardically inspire.
I've burnt through my resources here far quicker than I wanted to after a short rest, but there you go, Balthazar. Roll a d10. Roll high.
Don't roll a 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on. Like, this is heroic shit going on here, Balthazar.
No, listen,
Come
if this
on!
is a 1, then that's
Right.
just the way
We
it's meant to
need
be.
We go
And
back to
campaign
Zizel. Yeah.
Okay. It's a 4.
So
Not
what's
a
the
one.
total?
25.
25.
As this teenage girl turns and looks you in the eye, and you can see everyone fighting around you, you see this halfling in it looks like a blue dragon outfit turn and shout, Balthazar! And as just in your periphery, you can just see the gleaming armored form of this half-orc fending off this 5-armed creature. You see a crossbow bolt fly overhead, and this kind of young half-orc girl just kind of look around and then drop down and put the crossbow on your chest to take another shot. And where you're like just off in the distance, kind of with your head back, you can hear the sloshing and the sound of this voice kind of in your mind, and you. The voice, it belongs to Slate. And Katya, as you peer at this halfling, and as Ilum reaches down to grab you with a roll of a 25, that is enough to regain your memories. Balthazar, your eyes blaze to light, and as you sit up, and a Zeus light bursts out of you. We'll grab a 10-minute break.
Oh, God.
You bastard!
Oh, wow.
See you in 10!
Nice one.
Hello, DM Dan here. I wanted to take this opportunity to have a little chat with you, our valued viewer. You see, we here at Explorers of Elsewhere would like to grow the channel, and you can help us to do that. Oh my god, I made it! Who the hell are you? I am you, from the future! There's no time to waste! To avert a cosmic calamity, you have to hit the subscribe button right now! Right now? Right now! Oh no, the temporal gate is closing! I'm being pulled back! Remember to subscribe! Well, yeah. I guess subscribe? Thanks. Welcome back, everybody. Hello.
Don't try to sweet talk us with that. The way you ended that one.
We saved Balti Boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's what cost.
That's what it
Yeah.
cost.
And
So-
catch it MVP on that one, I think.
You're welcome.
Let's just jump straight in. We find the Warhounds. You all reel as this searing white light fills your vision. And as you kind of like blink the light away and you kind of blink away the stars in your eyes, you turn and see that Balthazar is now sat upright on the table in the center of the room. His eyes blazing bright blue. And Balthazar, as you sort of like sit up and look around, you notice that you can see the Warhounds and like Raedra and Axakas and Helenis kind of stood around all looking at you a bit confused and bewildered. And as you look around, you also see what appear to be like silhouettes. The silhouettes burnt into the walls in like soot outlines. Like a sooty, smoky outline. But clearly, you know, they're not done particularly accurately because one of them looks like it's got 5 arms. But as you turn to look around, you hear Raedra shout out, "What happened? Did it work? Is he all right?" And Balthazar, as you sit up, you feel a bit woozy, but you look around and you don't recognise where you are. The last thing you remember was being in that tower with that mind flayer. You feel like you had a really peculiar dream, but otherwise, and yeah, what do you say in response?
Balty Boy will stand up, look around. Where are we?
As you stand up, you hear the table underneath your feet groan, and you think to yourself, "Why am I on a table?"
And a thud as Catcher just slides off of you, just like.
Yes, a prone form of Katya slides off you.
Balthazar will go down and pick her up. Katya, wake up!
She sort of stirs and sort of shakes her head awake, and she looks up at your glowing eyes. She's like, "Hello, Balthazar Talbot. Welcome
Hello.
back."
What do you mean welcome back? Why were you sleeping?
I just want to say, don't take this the wrong way, but you are a very handsome halfling.
I'm a robot. I'm not halfing.
I'm a married man.
She looks at you holding us like, you can put me now, Balthazar. Thank you.
Okay. I'm a drool.
You. So as you all gather around, you just hear a and like Magnus slowly pulls himself to his feet at the end of the table, and
is he hiding underneath it?
Yes.
Crawling halfway along, like nope.
Yeah,
as blades are coming through.
You see Magnus kind of sheepishly looking around, like, "Are they gone? What?" And you see him kind of peering around.
Balthazar, behind you!
Wait, what is it?
Magnus, behind you! Sorry.
And he panics and, "Little shit," he says as he comes down. But yes, Raedra and Magnus and co all begin gathering round. Axakas kind of approaches you, tapping her chin, and she inspects you and, "Interesting," and she donks you on the helmet a couple of times. And, "Do you know who we are?"
Yeah. Axakas, I know who you are. Is the water thing Slate? And he waves at the water elemental.
Interesting.
Oh, I guess so.
Slate says hello.
Do you know?
You're not in our mind chat.
Oh, okay. So it's fine. You don't have to, it's okay if you don't want me to chat with you guys.
Do you know who you are?
Yeah, I'm Balthazar.
Do you know what you had for breakfast this morning?
I don't eat.
Axakas kind of raises her eyebrows and, "I think it worked flawlessly." He is fully aware of who and what he is.
What happened? Did I die again? Is this what happened?
Well, not quite.
You gave it a go.
Right. Okay, well, what happened?
What? Does anyone want to fill Balthazar in, or do we fade to black?
I think Katya explains it from the story she heard because she wasn't in the room when it happened to him, but she catches him up on what happened, all the while playing her lute of resonance to gain back a bardic inspiration.
Okay. Okay, so in which case, Balthazar, as you're filled in with everything, and Katya, I assume. Well, Katya, you remember explicitly what was happening inside Balthazar's head.
Yeah, I think she sits at the edge of the table. After she's filled in Balthazar, she's sort of like, "Everyone."
I'll just like lean in and just say, when you're saying, can you say it in the chat as well, please? Just say it and think it.
When I entered Balthazar's mind, again, I'll explain later, Balthazar. He was being attacked by Ialum himself. I recognize the psychic energy. It's unmistakably him.
Hang on, one of the guy with a fancy hat?
He, yes, has the diadem of his own diadem back.
Hellenis kind of approaches and wait. Ialum.
Yes.
I don't understand how he, from what Axakas was saying, he was one of the first Netherese sorcerer kings. I mean, we're talking 3,000 years before the Dale Reckoning, if not more. He's going to be nothing but dust and bones.
I mean, I do want to point out that so far we have dealt with a copy of a seemingly dead elf guard. We are currently in a Shadow City, a copy of Suzael, surrounded by Illithid. I think a bit of suspension of disbelief is needed.
Also, let's face it, Elminster was about 1,000 years old, so, and he was human. It's not a.
We're talking 4,500 years old here, Catcher.
Oh, well, by Kaja's description, he didn't look very good, so.
Axakas begins to ponder. She goes to pipe up, and surprisingly, it's Raedra that chips in. Ialum is dead. It's one of the things that we were. One of the things that I was told. One of the things I was taught. Where, given that he would pose such a severe threat to Cormyr, but he is dead. Dead. He was. They say that he was killed by one of his own apprentices.
Well,
could be a lich.
I mean, there's also the fact that he might be dead, but I can definitely tell you his mind isn't. Because he's still extremely psychically potent. So at least
Are you sure it wasn't just like a shared hallucination of, all the trauma and the spell taking this weird...
No, but I think I figured
appearance?
something. I think I figured something out, which has been, I think, bugging us since the start.
Yeah?
What, was it bugging us from the start, Katya?
Yeah. What is Project Implacable?
Well,
me.
he is, isn't he?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, but I don't think Project Implacable was built to be what Balthazar ended up accidentally making it into. I have a feeling, with the instruction manual we found in the Sharon Tower underground, the other version of Balthazar we saw in the Shadow Realm, which is probably still out to sea somewhere, I think Balthazar's body was designed as a vessel for Ialum. And something went wrong, and Balthazar ended up in it instead.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
sorry. This place taken.
Because that's the only reason I can think Ialum would want to remove Balthazar's mind from it. He was determined to remove you, Balthazar. I think because you're in his body.
Oh.
How right am I, DM?
But that means, the annoying man in Balloon.
Aiden,
What's face?
Albert, or
Aiden.
whatever.
Yeah.
Aiden was not working for him, though, was he?
Why he was a Sharon?
Yeah, and he wanted Balthazar too.
I think because he wants Balthazar to put his master's mind in, or soul, or spirit, or... Fundamentally, I think you're a form of phylactery, almost.
Oh.
Magnus pipes up and the Aiden chap was a Sharon.
Yeah.
And pretty much all of the Netherese turned to Shar when they had to flee into the Shadowfell. And this Ialum, he's one of the first rulers of the Netherese Empire. Probably the first. Maybe. I mean, Katya comes out with a lot of bollocks sometimes, but this one sounds...
Go lick a force field, Magnus.
This one sounds upsettingly plausible.
All right, but even if that is Ironham's plan, I mean, what's any of that got to do with mind flayers?
I don't know.
That's just the extra spice in the stew.
Maybe it's just an alliance of convenience. Maybe once he's in Project Implacable, he won't need the heirloom, and it's a very potent weapon to give to mind flayers.
Axakas thinks for a moment, and Katia, darling, you told us that when you were last in the Shadowfell aboard the Penitent Martyr, you felt a presence, yes?
Yes.
And what was this presence? Was this alarm? Was it the same presence that you felt on the ship?
I believe it was. But the
And
difference
you mentioned. Go on.
that yeah, he felt connected to the mind flayer, so maybe they've been what's keeping him alive. I mean, I felt like every mind flayer was a part of him. So maybe he's doing.
You mentioned that you saw him. You saw an image or a visage of him. You described it as a giant brain.
Yes, I suppose I did.
And Axakas gives you all a worried look. I dare not think of the implications if this Sorcerer King is also an elder brain of a Mind Flayer colony. It would explain such a peculiar alliance between Sharon and Illithid. It would seem that this person is a linchpin.
I thought elder brains normally stuck to the Underdark.
Axakas kind of shrugs, and for a Sorcerer King to even remotely be alive, as Ellen has said, it is 4,500 years. Not even figures such as Elminster or modern Canaan have that kind of longevity. He would have had to have performed some profane ritual. A lich, perhaps. Perhaps he has become a lich. But where can you go after lichdom? You could, if your mind is powerful enough. Perhaps you can become an elder brain as well.
He definitely has the psychic ability to pull the mind flayers under his thrall.
Axakas lets out a puff of air, and she looks across to Raedra, and I think you should be happy that you are not on the throne and you have to deal with this as queen, she says. Combining the pinnacles of arcane and psionic mastery into one megalomaniacal form? She shrugs.
Which reminds me, if we want to make sure that Raedra is not on the throne, again, no offense meant, Raedra.
She looks and
maybe
it's fine, I don't really want it.
Yeah, but should we go maybe rescue your uncle?
Raedra blinks and Ezred. Raedra looks to you, Katya, and after when you encountered Ganrahast, what was said? Was anything said?
Not a hell of a lot. There was a lot of screaming as Axakas set him on fire quite often. And a lot of frustration as his spells kept failing. He really wasn't a good Mage Royal. I don't know why you kept him employed. I mean, I don't know how your fight went against the Mind Flayer, but ours against Ganrahast was shockingly easy.
Raedra shrugs, and in comparison to his father, Ganrahast was an absolute wet flannel.
Yes.
And she shrugs. Magnus thinks, and Magnus looks across the table at you, Katya, and I think that Katya's missing one slightly important announcement, however. That Ganrahast said that it was too late and Ezred had already been taken through.
I just figured that was villain talk.
They do say that a lot. Like, it's too late. And, a couple of hours later, we kill everyone, and then it's fine. Ish.
Raedra kind of looks to you, Hiram, as you come up with this hypothesis, and you see her kind of grinding on her back teeth. And, well, we haven't found Ezra yet, so we push on until we find him. But now that we're back up to full strength, she says, gesturing to Balthazar. now our numbers are back up to full strength. What is the plan? And she turns to Axcas and Helenus. Remind us again of what you discovered on your little reconnaissance. And Helenus and Axcas explain again, this time almost for your benefit, Balthazar, that the main throne room of this place seems to be encased in some sort of divine, some sort of field, some sort of force field. From it looks like it's being powered from two separate sites within the two separate barbicans of the royal court. It would appear that there's a distinct kind of divine energy that runs through it, perhaps Sharon. So it would require some form of kind of powerful, some sort of clerical energy to bring the shields down. That is why we stopped to bring you back.
Thank goodness, eh?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Magnus kind of elbows you, and I told them that I would be okay to do both of them, but they insisted.
Sure.
So, yeah, Raedra continues. Now we have you back, Balthazar, and welcome back.
Thank you.
We can split into two groups. I feel that if we attack one after the other, it will give them a chance to retaliate. But if we were to strike both of these power sources, power nodes, if you will, simultaneously, then we can expose the throne room, and we can be done with this once and for all.
Sound plan.
I will take Magnus, Axicas, Helenus, and Arin. We will attack one of the Barbicans, if you're happy to attack the other.
Yeah, can do that.
We are connected on this mind link, so we can.
I need to reset that, by the way, and someone's going to have to drop off for me to get Balthazar on there. So, may I ask who is not going to be tactically involved in this fight, and I will remove you and replace it with Balthazar.
So Arin smiles and says, "I'm good with improvising."
Okay. Then, if you give me a few minutes, I will shut down our little talk and set up a new one, including everyone bar Arin and the tentacle and Drool. Sorry, Drool.
Whoa. As
imagining, I just imagine the tentacle just be like.
You don't want to link up to Betty's mind, I don't think.
Just horrible. Just screams.
I imagine Betty's mind is much like the Pyro from Team Fortress is. It's just like she's seen the world as like fluffy and colourful, and she's just savagely murdering everything around her.
Okay, so are you resetting the?
Yeah, I'm shutting it down and then starting it back up again, including everyone bar Arin.
Katya.
Yes.
Roll me an insight check.
That will be nat 1.
Ooh.
Cool. Okay. So you reinitiate the chat, and you hear the voices. They all begin to filter out again. Balthazar, you can hear everyone's kind of connected. Axicas appears deep in thought as you are doing this, and she ponders, and if our foe is what we believe him to be, a lich, an elder brain, something in between.
An itchy brain.
An itchy brain. There will be distinct... These are both creatures of immense and unfathomable intellect and logic. It is likely that the brain will know, that Iolon will know what it is we're doing even before we do. So perhaps to prevent escape, there is a different solution with the shields. She looks to you all, and she doesn't look entirely sure about her idea, but we could, on the one hand, rush in and bring the shields down. That will allow us relatively free access to the throne room, and then we can go in, punch whatever, stab whatever is inside, and then we go home. Or we reconfigure the shields. We expand the boundaries of them ever so slightly, so we are on the inside instead of the outside. At this point, we are locked in with Iolaum. But that means there is no escape for him or us. If we bring the shields down, then it is also likely that his reinforcements might be able to come and assist him. So...
But also we have reinforcements flying up there as well, possibly.
If they're still alive.
Magnus... I mean, my spy network is good, but it's been a day.
Magnus, I was talking about the GIF.
Oh, right. But I mean, we also... I sent out those messengers to all of the organizations and friends and allies that you wanted me to reach out to, but those messengers are unlikely to even be part of the way to their destinations. Like, it takes 4 days to get to Arabelle, and it's only been a day, so I think whatever happens, whatever we decide to do with these shields, depending on the Githyanki and their dragons, I think it's just us.
Yeah, we can try and extend them. That's a possibility.
I think extending them only temporarily stops a greater problem. I think we need them down.
Well,
because if
just before Axe Cassett reiterates, we can either drop the shields, we have free access, but then Iolum may receive reinforcements, or is likely to receive reinforcements, or we extend the shields and we lock ourselves in with him, which means no escape for him or us, but no reinforcements either, apart from those immediately close to him.
To be fair, like, we have never, like, escaped something. We've always just fought it. Like, fleeing hasn't been one of those things we've really got into, I don't think.
Also, unpopular thought. If we lock ourselves in with him, worst case scenario, could we just blow up the whole thing? I would think even a suicide mission is better than letting this continue.
Listen, we have 100% success rate on the stealth missions, right? So, I feel like if we extend them, then we're guaranteed a success. They won't know we're here.
Okay.
The two problems is, Balthazar, your memory's still not fully restored.
100%, Katja. I remember.
Second
we
of
have
all,
a chart. Do we actually have a... That is a chart. Somebody.
Second of all,
I got it around here somewhere. Here I am.
I brought it with me on this important mission.
Second of all, Hiram, I don't think we have enough alchemist fire to blow the place up.
No, but we have enough casters to do enough damage.
We haven't got enough rest to do enough casting to do enough damage, have we?
I'm talking about Axicras.
I mean, she's been slinging spells around like no one's business. Like,
I'm quite tired.
I think that the fact of the matter is we let the shield fall. At least that way, if we don't fully succeed, someone may be able to come in afterwards and mop up behind us.
Yeah, I mean, surely he controls the shield, so, the minute we're dead, he just drops it anyway.
Well, so Axcas chimes in. Given that the shields thrum with a divine power, I suspect that perhaps the Sharan Netherese are the ones that control that, as opposed to Ialaum. It would seem that whatever Ialaum is currently doing to Suzael, the shield does not impede it, correct? But it is still a better chance of trapping him.
Yeah. Also, if we don't deal with this, what are the chances of anyone else making it? It's in this time sensitive.
Well, Raedra nods, and Renna told us that everyone is just stood in the streets, gawping at the hole in the sky. That no one in Suzael is seemingly of their own minds.
But my vote is let's trap him. And let's see what we can do, because I think we can potentially deal with one really, really powerful enemy, but we can't deal with more.
Raedra stands upright. A vote, then, she says.
Do you really want to vote? It didn't really go well last time you called a vote there.
Well, it seems every time the Warhounds vote on something, the outcome is distinctly decisive, so... in this instance, yes.
Yeah, a vote, but just because if we do it this way, not everyone has to come.
Raedra kind of looks to you with a surprised look. And she thinks about it for a moment. And then she approaches you and puts a hand out. Like, offers her hand.
I shake it.
As you go to shake it, she kind of grabs your elbow and kind of grips you in like a warrior's arm shake. And she, like, keeping her eyes locked on you, she says, "Until the end, Hiram."
For a minute, I thought she was gonna go for like complete, like, just to let you know, I'm actually gonna stick here if that's the option, or like just go for a handshake and then like.
I didn't realise we didn't have to go. I'm gonna go back there.
Yeah, I just want to look at the Brian.
I've actually got a gym class that I'm missing right now.
Helenus takes a deep breath, and then she kind of looks at her bow, and you see her kind of unwind the bowstring, and then kind of put the bow on the ground, lean on it a little bit, and kind of tighten the string a bit more. And then she looks over her shoulder and says, "I've only got a few dozen arrows left, so let's make this efficient, if nothing else, shall we?" Axicas smirks. She steps forward, and "I wouldn't miss out on all of this fun. There's nothing like the end of the world," she says with a wry smile.
Blake also leans forward and is like,
"Yeah."
Aaron closes his eyes and he opens them, and they're slightly bloodshot. I can't go back home to my daughter knowing that this job is undone, isn't finished. You can count me in." And the four of them turn to look to Magnus, and Magnus just looks around a bit shocked and, "Well, of course I'm bloody coming, aren't I?" And he looks to you, Warhounds. "Someone's got to look after you lot."
Yeah.
Axicas smiles and reiterates, "Well, it seems like we're all coming. So a vote?"
Sure.
All in favour of dropping the shields, raise your hand.
Aye.
Katya? All in favour of penning that Ialum son of a bitch in like the dog he is,
In the way she's selling it.
Yeah. Well, got my vote.
Axakas kind of nods. Very well. Let's catch ourselves a sorcerer king, shall we?
Sure.
Before we do so,
Yes.
I would like to grab Emily on the side very quickly.
Okay, yeah. Emily...
How did she vote, by the way?
Huh?
How did she vote, by the way?
You saw her, like, she was going to raise her hand. Like, the idea of reinforcements, oh, that's more people to shoot. So she goes to raise her hand, but then notices Katya is the only one with her hand up, and then she quickly put her hand back down.
Coward!
And then she put it up when, the idea of trapping Ireland. What's up, Hiram?
I am gonna be quick. I don't want you to come to this fight. And
Emily...
I know you're going to be angry. But as I said, it's quite likely we are not going to survive this. And we need someone to, I don't know, bring back words if things go wrong, to warn others, whatever we have left.
Emily blinks at you, like she's stunned. You're just gonna leave me?
At this point, Hiram is going to take off the brooch that he got from his grandmother, put it in Emily's hand. It's like, I am trusting you to carry on where I fail, if it comes to it.
And Emily just... and like you can see her, like her eyes, her brows furrowed, and like her eyes are starting to kind of twitch. We've come all this way, and
we have, and I want you to go further. It's not because I don't trust you or because you are weak. It's just a magnitude, and I trust you the most to do well if we don't succeed.
Emily isn't looking at you. She's just kind of looking at the roaring horn pendant that you've given to her, and like you see her fingers clench round it slightly, and she just like slowly nods.
Thank you.
I'm keeping my crossbow though.
You do that.
Okay, in which case,
Wait, I got a thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I need a wash. Slate, come here. And Balthazar will just walk through the water elemental and hopefully come out the other side.
That feels, Slade.
All right, we're good.
All right, everyone. I have something to say.
Yeah.
We need to bloody survive this, because who else is going to hear the Ballad of the Warhounds if we don't? Because this last verse of this song is going to be oh so goddamn epic. We're about to fight a lich elder brain in a hive of mind flayers. We all have to get back and sing this at every fucking tavern we can. And she puts her hand in the middle.
Balthazar,
Surviving?
put a hand.
Sounds like a plan, Katya.
Yep.
Already died once. Let's do it again.
So the five of you put your hands into the middle, and just as you're about to do a 3, 2, 1, let's go, a gauntlet places its hand on top of yours, and you turn to see Raedra joining in on the action. And before long, Aaron, Magnus, Axakas, and Helenis also join in. And they all kind of give you solemn but confident looks.
Axakas, Helenis, Raedra, Aaron, Magnus. Welcome to the Warhounds.
Raja
Especially
smirks.
Magnus. Definitely not being part of it.
Welcome back, Magnus.
Raja smiles and raises an eyebrow. And as she, they all nod, as you bring your hands away, you array yourselves before the exit, and kind of as you leave this room, you find yourself again looking through a broken window to the central royal court where you know the throne room to be. And as you see the upside down image of Suzail in the sky above, and you steel yourselves for this last offensive, the last push of the Warhounds.
Hero pose.
We'll call it there.
Woo! Yeah.
Congratulations, everyone, on completing session 41.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Very cool. Cool idea to have the sort of parallel things going on.
Wait, no. Dan, what the hell was the 1, 2, and 3s on the left and the right and the middle? What was that about?
Actually, in the break, didn't he?
He swayed the break.
Swayed in the break. We will discuss it in a future system talk. But
right.
for now, yes, congratulations, everyone. You are on the final straight. So, first and foremost, thank you all for playing, and thank you all for watching. We really appreciate it. If you like what you saw, make sure to hit the like button and comment down below. If you like what we're doing, we've got loads of other videos on the channel. We release videos mostly every week on a 3 on 1 off schedule. We also would really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all stuff that we release, including our podcast, which is amazing. And you should definitely check that out. But I think it's time to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
See
Thank
ya.
you all for playing. Thank you all for watching.
Goodbye.
See you next
Thank
time.
you, man. Bye-bye.
Ta-ra! With Balthazar returned to them in both body and mind, the Warhounds are as ready as they'll ever be to face off against Ireland. As they set off on the path to their final confrontation with the ancient sorcerer king, what will come of our brave heroes? Come back next time to find out. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. We truly appreciate your support. We're into the last few episodes, and I'm really excited to show you what's in store for the Warhounds. If you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button and leave your comments down below. If you like what we do on the channel, you can find another video here. And if you want to see more stuff from us, make sure to hit the subscribe button here to keep up to date with our regular uploads. So, with that said, thank you once again, and as always, may the realms endure.